We're here today because reports for the last few months have indicated that the Trump administration is leaning towards withdrawing the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement. It was just reported this morning that in their meeting, Pope Francis gave President Trump a copy of his encyclical on climate change and the environment. If President Trump reads the Pope's writings, I'm confident he'll not withdraw from the agreement. We got to get him to read it. This agreement was a great step forward made by President Obama to get the entire world community to work in a coordinated and concerted effort to reduce carbon pollution. All of that would be undone in one fell swoop. Thankfully, President Trump has delayed making a final decision until after this weekend's G7 meeting in Sicily, which is why 40 Senate Democrats are sending a letter to President Trump today demanding that the United States remain a party to the Paris Agreement. Withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement would be a historic misstep that would massively disadvantage both America's businesses and diplomats and our environment. It would damage our standing on the world stage and allow China to take the moral high ground and the economic upper hand in combating climate change. And most importantly, it would do huge harm to the future of our planet. Imagine that. Donald Trump, who campaigned repeatedly that China was eating our lunch and taking our jobs, is willing to cede both economic and moral ground to China. And for what? To appease the Koch brothers, all at the expense of middle-class Americans. There's a giant difference between putting America first and making America an international pariah. The latter approach only undermines our power and erodes our standing in the world. Europe and other countries have already warned the Trump administration that abandoning the Paris Agreement could lead to carbon tariffs on U.S. goods, stymieing access to global markets for our companies, undercutting our trade position. So let's be clear. Climate change is real. It's being driven by human activity. It's happening as we speak. These are facts. They are not in dispute. Our scientists know it. Our businesses know it. The world knows it. And the American people who have experienced such changes in weather and climate know it too. The United States needs to have a seat at the table as the world works together to solve this existential challenge to our country and to our planet. I strongly encourage the administration to rethink their position and remain in the agreement. And now I'll turn it over to our great ranking member of the Foreign Relations Committee, Senator Cardin.